Hey guys, how's it going? It is Sal here. So today we have a little bit of talking to do before we get into this video. So as you can see, I am wearing a Archie Riverdale, what are they? I don't even know what they are. But the Riverdale High jacket. So a little confession about me. I am a Riverdale stan. I started watching this show when it first came out in, I believe it was 2017, when the first season aired. And I really like it. I think it's a fun show. It's really stupid. I can't lie to you there, folks. But I enjoy it. I have a poster right here of it. This is from when it was in my college dorm because I just decorated it with what I could. The cool thing about me is that, as you can see, I'm also a musical theater stan as well. I went to school for musical theater, so that narrows that down. But as we all know, Riverdale has done these musical episodes for 3 of them now. And weirdly enough, even though I'm trained in theater, I have actually really enjoyed their musical episodes. I'm not going to sit here and say that they're perfect. I think the Carrie episode is much better than the Heather's episode, but I think the songs in Carrie are better than the ones in Heather, so there's that too. But I think that there are some genuine good moments when using these songs in the show. Taking theater songs and putting them into this situation. I think that they used You Shine from Carrie really well. I think they used 17 from Heather's really well. And so I appreciate them for that, because they could have wrote their own original songs, but if it were the writers of the show, I don't know if I really want them writing lyrics to music, per se. So the other sad thing about me right now is that I am so behind on Riverdale. Like, the last episode I remember watching was this season 4, but it was the Thanksgiving episode. That's the last thing I remember. I have not watched anything since. But that kind of gives me a cool way to do this, because just last week they aired their new musical episode for Hedwig and the Angry Inch. So another cool thing is that I love Hedwig and the Angry Inch. It is one of the at least top 5 musicals I've ever seen live. I saw it twice when it came to Chicago in, 2017, so I think when Riverdale started. And it's just an incredible show. It's incredibly done. And I thought that the fact that they used the music from this for their musical episode was a really cool idea, because Heather's and Carrie are very well known by the kids today. Hedwig, on the other hand, really isn't as much in people's heads as it is for the other two, so I thought that was a really cool choice, because they could have gone a much easier route. Like, I was thinking they could have done Little Shop of Horrors. They could have easily done something a little more campy, but they went with Hedwig, and I think that was a really good choice. So kudos to you guys for that. But because of the fact that I've not watched anything up until now, this I'm going into blind. I'm going to listen to all of the songs on this soundtrack. There are 9 songs on this soundtrack, and I know all these songs because I love Hedwig, and I'm really curious to see how the vocal deliveries are. I think that the cast of Riverdale are not the worst singers I've ever heard. Thankfully, they have the studio to make them sound better, but we're gonna listen to these together. So, sorry for the long intro, but I felt I had to say all that. So, track number 1, Wicked Little Town. Here we go. This is probably one of my favorites of the show, too. Oh, they gave it backing vocals. Oh, KJ. I didn't like him doing that the octave below. It's not that high. He could have done that. Why are they letting them sing this the octave below? That's making me mad a little. It's not that high. Everyone's sounding actually pretty good. There's Casey. All right, so first thoughts. Very good. It's not. I think it works really well with all the cast singing this song. If they're referring to Riverdale in this, it makes a whole lot of sense. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure that was just KJ, but there might have, I think maybe was Melvin in this, maybe not. Oh yeah, Melton, Charles Melton. I'm sorry, I messed that up. I don't know why there, maybe him, because I don't know how much of his singing abilities he has. But KJ could have easily sang that up the octave. It's not high. I'm a baritone. I could sing that up where it's supposed to be. So I'm not gonna forgive him for that. But yeah, that was Wicked Little Town. Good. It was clean. Yeah, really happy with that. So good job. Track number 2, Random Number Generation. This is also, it's cool that they did this because this is really only in the original version of Hedwig. The recent revival didn't have this. Casey. That was honestly fine. I don't really like this song. I think they made a good choice when they didn't have it when the show was revived. I mean, that was fine. Everyone sounded fine. Casey sounded good. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about that one. It's just kind of a lackluster song. Track number 3, Tear Me Down. And this is usually the opening for the show. Like if they were actually doing the show. Oh, I haven't heard this song in a long time, actually. I can only hear Lena Hall do this right now in my head.
And now that it's gone, we don't know who we are anymore. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hedwig is like that wall for you.
the divide between East and West, slavery and freedom, man and woman, top and bottom. And you can try.
Okay, so again, this was done well. I think that the production of the instruments could have been a little harder, like a little more hardcore. The thing with Casey Cott is that he is a very, very good singer, but he's also a very clean singer. So there's lots of vibrato. There's just a lot of healthy singing with it, which is what you should be doing. The thing with Hedwig though is that this is a rock-oriented show, so it gives you a little more freedom to open up your vowels a little more, make more ews and ahs and and he's not really doing that. And I guess for the purpose of this episode, that's fine. But if he ever did actually go to play Hedwig, like live on stage, which he could easily do, I would like to hear a little more freedom in his voice. Maybe a little less vibrato, maybe a little more, not skrelting, because, skrelting is also unhealthy. But there's a way to give this a little more of like an E and an E sounds with it, which I think would make it a little better, make it a little more, fun, which is how it's supposed to be. But, for the purposes of the show, I get why that wasn't really necessary. But I would love to hear him do that live with a little more freedom in his voice. Because, with Hedwig, you're all over the place. So yeah, that's what I got to say. So that brings us to track number 4. Oh my god, I gotta get better at this. Which is Wig in a Box, which from what I'm looking at, they're having mostly the ladies sing, which is good because with what I know, this is the highest song in the show for a male to sing. This is the one that I would have to go into my head voice to sing or else I can't do it. So I'm glad that they do not really have the men on here except for Casey, because he's probably the only one that could hit these notes.
And the lights go down across the trailer park. I put on some makeup, turn on the tape deck, back on where I'm from.
Oh.
Look at the woman
She sounds a little better here than she did in Carrie, so good for her.
I put on some makeup,
I didn't like that.
some other baker.
Those are some weird harmonies that I don't know if I needed.
Down from
I liked those. Those were good. So, you threw that away. I like that. That's good. That's what you should do in Hedwig. Throw it all away. Throw those notes away. Oh. They got rid of the cool harmony that they usually have there.
Okay,
Right. It's my favorite part of the song. The sing-along.
Are you ready?
You ready? Oh, you did that
Everyone!
different. I put on some makeup. I turned on the 8-track. What's an 8-track?
I'm pulling the wig down from the shelf.
Oh, those were nice vocals. Oh, that was more of a scream. But again, that's what he needed, a scream. I like that. It was a healthy scream too. That was okay. The production, the music sounded really cheap, honestly, towards the end there. I think this was a good choice to have all the ladies do this song. Yeah, it was just okay. Like, I didn't like more of the vocals I was hearing from Casey. I heard a lot more, like I said, more throwaway notes, which is what I like with this. Overall, not bad. Like, this wasn't appalling. So far, nothing in here has, like, been appalling. So we're doing good. But although right now we have track number 5, Sugar Daddy, which features Madelaine and Vanessa. And I'm a little concerned here. But I think they gave them an easy song, so let's figure out. And I wonder if they're going to use the original version of Sugar Daddy or the more recent Rocky version. Let's see. Well, this is a little different.
I've got a sweet tooth. Some sugar for me. Sugar daddy, bring it home. Drop molasses. You're my cherry blossom, honey, baby.
I guess that's a fair lyric change.
Bring me Versace blue jeans. Black designer underwear. It's the sweetest taste I know. Oh yeah. Come on, sugar daddy, bring it home. Sugar daddy, think you did. Every gift you bring me home. Oh, the thrill of control. Cigarettes, a motorbike, a high-speed jet, a water pick, a Cuisinart, and a hypoallergenic dog. Oh, I want all the lectures of the modern age, every item on every page in the million movie catalog. So you think only a woman can truly love a man. Oh, come on, sugar.
Okay, in one word, I would have described that as lifeless. I did not enjoy that at all. I don't understand why Riverdale keeps trying to convince us that Madelaine and Vanessa are talented singers. I'm kind of done with it. Everything that they've done, I've not liked it. Vanessa just always is like she out of her more, but her and the girl who played oh my god, what's her name, Josie, they keep trying to convince us that they are the most talented singers in the world, and it's not gonna happen. Like, I don't like hearing them. I didn't enjoy that. That was lifeless. It had no emotion. I'm sure maybe if I saw it like on the show, maybe they were doing something a little more fun, but production wise that sounded bad. They did not sound good. That left a bad taste in my mouth, and I don't want to listen to that again. So yeah, we're gonna move on. Track number 6, Exquisite Corpse, which is also not one of my favorites from the show, but I'm here to give it a chance because I like who they got in it.
Inside I'm hollowed out, outside's a paper shroud, and all the rest's illusion. But there's a will and soul that we can wrest control from chaos and confusion.
Is this Cole? No, this can't. Was that just Cole? Cole Sprouse? Oh my god, it is Cole. That was Cole. Oh my god. He did a great job. So I should say right here, right now, the reason why I don't like this song is because in the show, it's like it's just sensory overload at this stage of the game because this is right towards the finale, and there's just so much going on stage that's a little overwhelming. And like with this song and everything going on stage, it's almost too much. But guys, what a great job Cole did on that. It was obviously scream shouting, but here is the thing, and I knew I was right because when he did, because I think the only time we could really hear him sing in the last one was during 17, and it was too low for him, and he was like, people heard us and we'll eat some chili fries. It was too low for him, and I was like, I wonder, he's a tenor. So this was definitely more up in his range, and I appreciated that from him. That was actually really nice. I enjoyed that, actually. Yeah, you did a good job, Cole. I think that if he tried, he could be a nice little decent singer. So yeah, there's that. All right, guys, we have track number 7, The Origin of Love, my favorite song from Hedwig. It's also really long, so let's hope that they don't do anything bad to it. And KJ, this song is not high either. I see you're on this, so don't be singing at the octave below. I can sing this song.
When the earth was still flat,
Thank you.
clouds
Made of fire.
mountains stretched up to the sky. Sometimes
Round the earth,
Like big
rolling cakes.
There was something weird there.
2 sets of arms they had, 2 sets of legs they had. And the children of the moon.
Oh, good. That. That's not bad.
now the gods grew quite scared of our strength and defiance and falsehood.
Oh, Cole.
I'm gonna kill them all with my hammer, like I killed the giants. And Zeus said, no, you better let me use my lightning like scissors.
He's doing really good on these low notes.
Off the whales,
Dinosaurs into lizards.
and then he cried out and laughed, said I'll split them gathered above into great balls of fire. And then fire shot down from the sky in pulse like shining blades of a knife. And it ripped right through the flesh of the children of the sun and the moon and the earth. And some Indian god sewed the wound up to a hole.
Whoa, guys. This is much better than I ever thought it could be.
And Osiris, in front of wind and rain, a sea of tidal waves to wash us all away. It's a sad story how we became only 2-legged creatures. The story, the origin of love. That's the origin of love. Oh yeah.
Guys, that was actually really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I might have been wrong. Cole may not be a tenor, but he is most definitely, I believe, because it's what I am truly, a baritone, meaning that he has, for his high notes, he's a better belter than straight, like, toning it for his higher notes. And for the lower notes, I think it really depends on the day, but he was doing really good on these low notes here. They were nice, they were crisp. KJ really didn't come out to play for this one as much. But yeah, and Camila did really good. I think, honestly, if I was to pick my favorite of the girl singers, it would probably be Camila. I've always thought I liked her voice the best when they sing. Obviously, none of these people, except for Casey, again, are trained singers. Yeah, I think that was very good. I'm very happy, considering that that's my favorite song. I was not disgusted by it. All right, track number 8, we have Wicked Little Town Reprise, which actually I prefer to the actual Wicked Little Town. I like the lyrics to the Reprise better, so here we go. And this is just KJ and Lili. So Betty and Archie. Oh. This is an interesting instrumental.
Forgive me for I did not
Archie, it's not that high.
come in or near. Now I understand.
Starts breaking
Well, they did change the key for this. This is not the original key. I think that was for Lili. Damn, I really wish I could have liked that. They changed the key for this so that it was too high for KJ, but I would also argue that it was too high for Lili in a sense too. I mean, she wasn't reaching or anything like that, but I think she would have been a little more comfortable if they took it down. They should have kept that in the original key, in my opinion. And whatever instrument, I'm pretty sure that was a violin or a cello, it sounded so cheap. It sounded fake. Did not like that. That song deserved better. KJ is a much better singer than this has led me to believe. So, yeah, we're gonna forget about that. All right, track number 9, the final track, and also the final song of the show itself, of Hedwig, Midnight Radio.
Try a dream or a song.
And Jughead and Shoney and Reggie and me and all the things and you're shining like the brightest star, transmitted on the midnight radio.
That sounded off. All right, guys. So that was Riverdale's take on Hedwig. In terms of Midnight Radio, I guess that was fine. Some things sounded a little off. Not good nor bad, I would say. But I guess in terms of what I'm thinking for this is that I would like to see this episode when I finally catch up on Riverdale. But I think what I've gathered is that this is probably the best work that they've done since Carrie. Because here's what I have to say. I think that Heather's was not atrocious, but it suffered from a lot of bad things. They had to change a lot of the lyrics. A lot of the vocals sounded really off. And here, I think it was a lot cleaner. I think that they made no weird lyric changes that were stupid. All the lyric changes that they made, I understood why they made them, because they were just changing names or like, you know, that. I will say though, this probably had the worst production out of the three. I think Heather's, in terms of sound, music-wise, sounded a lot better than this, and so did Carrie. It's a shame too, because there were some missing effects that they could have done on the Origin of Love, and you know, just I think that if they had bumped up the production for the music a little more, I think we could have gotten something a little nicer. But all in all, this was actually not too bad. I don't think it's atrocious in any way. I think the worst thing is Sugar Daddy. And I think the biggest surprise is the Origin of Love. I mean, I can't sit here and say any of them are all that great, because obviously the John Cameron Mitchell or the Neil Patrick Harris recordings are so much better. But they did a couple cool things. I'm glad that they did this. I really hope, because as we all know, Riverdale's main audience is teenage girls. Which I hope that if you did watch this, I hope you were inspired to look into Hedwig and the Angry Inch, because it's a really good show with a really interesting meaning behind it and all that. Gosh, now I want to see Riverdale again. Or not Riverdale, Hedwig. I kind of need to catch up on Riverdale too. But, so yeah, guys, that is my thought on the soundtrack for Riverdale's Hedwig and the Angry Inch episode. What did you guys think of this one? I didn't watch the episode yet, but what are your guys' thoughts on the covers? I hope I didn't upset too much of the Choni stans, but they're not my favorite. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Salvador J. Rocha, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon.